Okay, I see it. Thought it would excuse me for the video. I was using a 10-inch tablet, so I was trying to keep it as straight as I could.
Well, I gotta say it's not bad. It comes in 1080.
Yeah, I made sure it was recording 1080 before I left the house.
All
But
right.
I don't know if you can hear me there. I was just looking down the trail there. I thought I saw a black mass, but it was just trees.
No, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I was trying to narrate it as I was going along, but the mic wasn't recording that well. I was just lucky that someone had gone down the trail there with the snow machine, or else it would have been really deep to try and walk on it.
So how far do you go down in here?
Um, Maybe a half mile,
That's
not
not.
far. No, just down and around the corner, really.
Now, is that where you recorded previously at that one spot where you had the trackway?
Well, where I found those tracks off the road were maybe 12 kilometers away.
That's a fair distance.
Yeah, yeah, probably about 5.5 miles, something like that, 5 miles. But you can see here on the video what I mean, like up here, like I'm not sure, like in your neck of the woods, but the forest up here is really dense. Like you take 2 steps into the bush and you could disappear and no one would see you.
It's
Just
not that bad up where I am and in the spots I've been. It's a little more open, but I know there are places in the Adirondacks and down south in the Catskills that are just as equally thick.
yeah, like I would like it if it was a bit more open, but beggars can't be choosers, and that's where I was like, man, this one thing I don't like about this spot is it's so dense. Like
Mhm.
you can see as I'm panning around there that it's just, you can see a couple of feet in, but that's it.
Yeah. So, are there any spots around this general area that you've been before and had anything happen?
Further up the trail, on this trail is where I found my first track in the mud. But there was so much water and all that in the track, I couldn't get a cast of it or anything. I do
Mhm.
have a picture. I do have a picture of it though.
I don't think I've seen that picture yet.
Yeah, I should actually I'll hunt it down and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that'd be good. I could put it in here and post.
Yeah, I sent the photo to Jeff Kelly when I found it. And he was like, "Hey man, that was a really nice looking track." And asked me about it, and I just said I just happened to look down, and there it was. Like it was weird, even when I found that track up this trail, because I didn't see the track till after I was coming back down the trail.
Hmm.
So I walked right past it and didn't even see it. I just happened to got lucky. I came back, I stopped, I did some recording, and I looked down and I seen the track in the mud. And it was like, well, son of a bitch. So I took the picture, and then maybe not even 5 minutes later is when I got growled at by whatever was in the bush. There was this weird mumbling growl. And that's when I ran for about 20 feet and I turned around and looked back, but there was nothing there.
Hmm.
Like this part here is showing where the tree is down.
Yep.
A little further down, there were two bigger trees a couple of years ago right across the trail, and they had to cut them out too. I'm starting to think that maybe they do it. They try to keep people out. But I didn't really look around that because it was all snow covered and there was no trace of anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
So
looks
I,
like a recent. Looks like you had a recent snowfall there.
yeah, but look at that tree there. Like it's totally stripped from the top up. Like it doesn't seem like a bear would normally strip that.
Not that high up, no.
No, but
Let me
I didn't really.
scrub back to that. That looks pretty woodpecker nailed there, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was definitely old, a very old tree. I was just uh, remarking on all the bark being stripped off it. Like some
Yeah.
of it, it just looked out of place to me compared to everything else. Just one big giant tree and it's been stripped to nothing.
Looks like the snowmobiler was pretty much the only one out there besides you.
Yeah, yeah, that's the only thing that in wintertime people go up that way is the snowmobilers. Other than that, you don't see anything.
Now that's a pretty open area right around here.
Yeah, yeah, this is where I started getting apprehensive.
You feel like you were being watched, or
I was starting to feel nervous, definitely very nervous. There's like up until the point where I actually had somebody there, I always thought it was just me.
mm-hmm,
I'm overreacting, this, that, and the other.
mm-hmm.
But after bringing the three people there that night and having the boulders and all that kind of stuff being thrown at us, I take it way more cautiously now. And plus, I still can't get that one out of my head, the size of that one I saw. It was, he was big. It looked like it kind of, yeah, it almost reminded me exactly of Patty, but on steroids. Up there,
That's where you had seen it.
that's where I saw the big guy. He was about halfway up those trees in height, up on the hill there. And you can see that bridge. There's a bridge off in the distance there.
Yeah.
That's where I usually start getting really nervous, and that's why I didn't want to go any further.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you get to that spot, you put yourself right in the open. So for like 1,000 feet, you'd be totally seen. And I just didn't like the idea of being out in the open.
I don't blame you there. A lot of birch in that area.
Yeah, I walked through there a year and a half ago. Me and the three other people that were there that night. The next day, we walked through that, and that was quite a journey. It took us all afternoon to not even walk half a mile.
Did you bring some machetes with you or something to clear out the way a little?
Oh, we had machetes, but they were useless.
In that thick brush, I can understand.
Trying to get a half decent swing going, it was just like you're better off just mowing through it. So everybody just kind of basically found their own trail and wandered through it. I would like to go back in there in the summer because that's where I found that huge log that had to be at least 2 feet in diameter that was broken off on both ends. It had to be about 14, 15 feet long, leaning up against another tree. And you could see on the one side it was really worn down, like something had been going up and down it.
Hmm. Is it that one right that's right here in camera that's set back about a good 20 feet?
Oh no, no,
Not that
this
one?
no, this one is actually further. You'd have to walk up. It'd be kind of probably difficult to find that spot again, but it's way back in there. From where I'm taking that footage there, it'd probably take me about an hour to walk to that spot.
That's quite a walk through that bush.
Oh yeah.
My eye keeps going to the right in this footage, in your footage here. It just, for some reason, my eye just keeps finding itself going over to the right-hand side up on that hill. I don't know why, but maybe it's the fact it's so open.
Yeah, no, actually, even when I was there filming, I just kept the because I couldn't see the screen,
Hmm.
so I was just holding the tablet by my stomach and trying to keep it straight in film.
What were you pointing at there?
I was just pointing off where you see that hydro line tower.
Okay.
That's where we had the encounter that night, and I was pointing there to the bridge and explaining why I didn't want to go any further because it just puts you right out in the open. I know I should have kept going, now that I think about it, even though I had like every knife, machete, bear spray, everything I had on me. But it's I don't know, once you're around them, like it's Richard Allen, I believe his name is. Me and him had a brief discussion on his show on Squatchable podcast. And I said to him, it's like, you have to be around them to understand what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just fucking so weird when you see these things. The way they move, the way they act. It's like we are always told that we are the top of the food chain.
Hmm.
And then you see that. You know what I mean? You're not the top of the food chain.
Well, I don't know because I've only had second tier
Yeah.
vocalizations, tracks that I found. I've never encountered one myself yet in either of the spots that I keep going back to.
Yeah. I know this particular area for here, like, it took me 6 years and over 1,000 kilometers on my little side by side. And this is what I found so far. They
And you
seem
think
to like they seem to like to hang out in this particular area, and I'm starting to figure out why. It's nice, it's open. They got right there where the bridge is. There's fresh water that runs right underneath it, and it opens right up to a huge waterway. You get moose, you get deer, you get elk, you get everything running through there. The only thing I haven't seen there yet is a bear.
well, you're lucky there.
Yeah, well, most of the time they'll just run away from you. But I'm not willing to chance that. This is where I had second thoughts and started walking back. I was going to go back to the corner here, and that's when I gave out a call, one of my calls I came up with. But I only heard one chipmunk go off, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. I was listening for the warning calls. You've heard them before, eh?
The chipmunk warning calls? Oh yeah, all the time up here. Up in New York State, they're everywhere.
Yeah. So like up here, that's what I was listening for. Because that's what happened to me the last time when I was here. I did a call, and there had to have been like 15, 20 chipmunks that just went crazy. But this time I only heard one off in the distance. So I didn't, put much stock into it. It was just quiet that day.
Hmm.
But I can't wait for the summertime though. Should be a blast. Or
I'll be up
springtime,
there.
I should say. What's that?
I'll be up there in the summer.
Yeah, it should be fun, man. But at this point in the video too, this is where I was also kind of hesitant even just to give it a call. Just in
Do
case
you want
something.
the call muted?
What's that?
Do you want the call muted?
Sure. Yeah, if you could. Just to be on, just not so much to be an asshole, but just to protect other people.
Yep.
I wouldn't want someone to try and imitate it, and then heaven forbid they get hurt. But by this time, I've pretty much concluded that they understand First Nations language. They may not be able to speak it, but they understand it.
To
Because
me,
I
that is
can't say,
not the realm of possibility.
like, I can't say they speak it because I've never heard it. The only thing I've ever heard is that mumbling growl. And that was the weirdest sound I think I've heard there. It was powerful too. It had a lot of bass to it. Because it felt like it was right behind me. But when I turned it around, nothing was there. But I knew something
You'd
was
probably be
there.
carried.
Yeah, yeah, could have. I will say, looking back on this video, you see an awful lot of blob squatches.
Yeah.
Hey man, that looks like a Sam Squanch right there. No, it doesn't. It's a fucking tree.
Yeah, I wonder if someday down the line when this is posted, somebody else from around there comes along and says, "Hey, I see 10 of them right there.
Yeah,
Let me make a video analysis of it and show you where they are."
there's one face. There's two faces. Fuck, that'd be funny.
It's got to be
But yeah,
very quiet out there, isn't it?
yeah, it was very quiet. Like I said, I heard the one chipmunk. I heard one bird, and that was it. It was just, other than the wind blowing, there was just dead quiet. It was almost creepy. Like I had eyes on me, but you couldn't see anything. So I just wish my camcorder didn't break. So now I'm stuck with my tablet till I get a new camera.
I know the
I
feeling.
know the.
Oh, there I go repeating again. One day I'll get that fixed.
Stop repeating yourself. Stop repeating yourself. Stop repeating yourself. Shut up. It's not funny.
Making fun of me, man.
Yeah, I got feelings too. Yeah, well, I got a handful of shut the hell up.
I will shut this show down right now.
Yep. Get me a Snapple. I'm going home. I don't want to talk right now. Just get me a Snap.
Get that camera out of my face.
Yeah. That's pretty much the end of the video. After that, I'm just walking back to the car and nothing much really happens. I thought I saw something underneath a tree and I walked backwards for a couple of feet, but whatever it was didn't move, so I didn't pay too much attention to it after that.
You know, I wonder if the snowmobile was Park Service cutting the tree down.
I'm thinking it was probably local that did it. Someone was coming through there with their snow machine and they saw the trail was blocked and then just came back with their chainsaw and took the wood. Because normally when they maintain that particular area, they got heavy equipment. So they would have left really big tracks. And there was no track marks like that. They kind of look like these machines they have up here. They kind of look like Argos, but they're huge.
Looks like a what?
Like an Argo, you know what that is?
No. Maybe
It's an 8-wheel amphibious off-road vehicle.
Hmm.
But you can also get them that have tracks on them. But these things are like monsters compared to those.
I'm gonna have to look those up in a second. Watching videos like this, my eyes, they're just looking to just for any sign of movement.
Yeah, actually, I see a humanoid figure in one shot, but I could be wrong. It's probably just a tree. Because this is where I stopped and I thought I saw something at the bottom of a tree and I just started walking backwards to see if whatever it was might have moved. But nothing moved, so I just turned around and started walking back to the car again.
I'm gonna see if I can stabilize this video at some point.
Yeah, I was doing my best to hold it still. But even after that short walk, it was really starting to get cold out there. Haven't been getting much sunlight up here this year so far this winter.
Do you have any plans on
Do you have any
anytime soon?
any?
Going back, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Like the weather, it almost looks like it's going to start warming up. So if that holds out, I'd like to go back there again. Yeah, on a nice sunny day. If the trail wasn't so deep, I'd be able to take my side by side down there, but it's only two-wheel drive, so I get stuck.
Some beautiful country out there.
Yeah, it is. I'd like to get some more. I'd like to get some more shots just of at the bridge. That's what I want to get next time. Next time I go there, I'd like to get to the bridge and film up the waterway. But hopefully by that time I have someone with me.
I'll be coming up to film soon enough.
Yeah, I wish more exciting exciting things happened while I was out, but no, I'm kind of glad it was just quiet.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be exciting. I mean, at least this gives me and anybody watching a good idea of the lay of the land, of where you've had
Yeah,
your experiences.
yeah,
It's one thing to tell people about it, and another thing to actually show them the location.
hmm yeah. A lot of places, well, not a lot of places, but in the Bigfoot world, a lot of shows they don't do this kind of thing.
And if they do, they don't show it.
Yeah, they just talk about it, so you gotta sit there and picture it.
Well, that's part of research, just go and time and test it over and over and over again.
Yeah, that trail there, I just walked down. It's actually pretty wide. I used to drive my SUV down in there a few times before I cracked the frame.
Well, all right, I should just stop it right there. Don't want to get too close to your car.
Yeah, I don't need that given out. No driver's license, no driver plate or anything like that.
All right, well, that about wraps this up as a mini podcast type of thing. A visit to the spot.
Yeah, and ongoing recording.
Yeah. All right, you and everyone else, we will catch you later.
Have a good night, everybody.